Good morning, students. In previous class, we studied about suspension and colloids. Today, we are going to study about types of pure substances. Let's start.
In previous class, we studied about suspension and colloids. Today, we are going to study about types of pure substances. Before that, we want to know about physical and chemical changes. Let's start with physical changes. A physical change means the change in color, hardness, rigidity, fluidity, density, melting point of different matter and the interconversion of states. For example, here we take ice, and when we put the ice in a room temperature, it will convert it into water, and when we give heat, it will change it into water vapor. So here the interconversion of solid and liquid happened. Clear? And what is chemical change? Chemical change is a process in which two or more reactants or substances combine together and form a product. It's chemical change. Chemical change brings change in chemical properties of matter, and chemical change is also called chemical reactions. Burning of wood, rusting of iron, all are example for chemical changes. Let's start types of pure substances. On the basis of chemical composition, substances can be divided into elements or compounds. The first one is elements. What is elements? Robert Boyle is the first scientist to use the term elements, and the Anthony Lavoisier first established an experimentally useful definition of an element. The definition is element as a basic form of matter that cannot be broken down into simpler substances by a chemical reaction. The elements divided into metals, non-metals and metalloids. Metals. This is metals. Look at this picture. There is so many examples for metals. Brass, aluminiums, cast iron, steel, copper, all are metals. And what is non-metals? Here the examples: hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, all are non-metals. Let's study the properties of metals. Metals have so many properties. It shows shining. That is, the metals have luster, have silvery grey or golden yellow color. The color of metals, silvery grey or golden yellow color. Then the metals conduct heat and electricity. The metals will conduct heat and electricity, and the metals can drawn into wires. The property is ductility, and when we hammer the metals, it will become thin sheets. That property is malleability. Then the metals will make sound. That property is sonority. And there are so many examples of metals here: gold, silver, copper, iron, sodium, potassium, all are the example of metals. The sodium and potassium are highly reactive metals, and mercury is an exceptional case. It is a liquid at room temperature. Mercury is a metal, but it's look like liquid at room temperature. And non-metals. Let's study the properties of non-metals. It displays a variety of colors. Almost the non-metals are gaseous and it will display variety of colors. The non-metals are poor conductors of electricity, not luster, sonorous or malleable in nature. The examples are hydrogen, oxygen, iodine, carbon, bromine, chloride. All are examples of non-metals. Then the other division is metalloids. Some elements have intermediate properties between those of metals and non-metals. That is, some elements show both the properties of metals and non-metals, that called metalloids. For example, boron, silicon, germanium, etc. This is all about the elements. The another division of pure substances is compounds. A compound is a substance composed of two or more elements chemically combined with one another in a fixed proportion. Here we already know about elements. The two or more elements combine together and form a compound. Let's take an example of H2O. In H2O, hydrogen and oxygen combine together in 2:1 ratio and form H2O. That is, H2O is a compound. Let's do an activity. Here, give 5 gram of iron filling and 3 gram of sulfur powder in a china dish. And group 1, mix and crush iron filling and sulfur powder. That's a mixture. And group 2, heat the mixture of iron filling and sulfur powder till red hot. That's a compound. And the first one, iron filling and sulfur combine together and form a mixture. And the second one, the mixture give heat and form iron sulfide. And let's check the magnetic property of first group 1, the mixture of iron and sulfur. In this, the iron will attract the magnet. And in the case of second one, that is iron sulfide, the iron sulfide will not attract the magnet. And in first group, when we add HCl, the iron react with HCl and form FeCl2 plus H2. Here H2 is a gas. And in group 2, FeS react with HCl and form FeCl2 plus H2S. H2S is also a gas. When we summarize the activity, we will get group 1 plus HCl give hydrogen gas. Group 1, that is Fe, combined with HCl, we will get hydrogen gas. The gas will be colorless, odorless and combustible. Group 2 plus HCl, that is FeS, and HCl react and form hydrogen sulfide gas. That is a colorless gas with smell of rotten eggs. From this, we can understand that group 1 is a physical change and group 2 is a chemical change. In group 1, material obtained is mixtures. In group 1, we will get the materials, the mixture of iron and sulfur. And group 2, we will obtain the compounds. Let's compare the mixtures and compounds using this table. In mixtures, elements or compounds just mix together to form a mixture and no new compound is formed. There is no new compounds in mixtures. Just the mixing of elements and compounds happened. And in the case of compounds, elements react and form new compounds. A mixture has variable composition. In a mixture, we will take two elements and it will be variable composition. In the case of compounds, the composition of each new substances is always fixed. A mixture shows the properties for the constituent substances. And in compounds, the new substances has totally different properties. And in mixtures, the constituents can be separated fairly easily by physical method. In mixtures, we can separate the constituents by physical method. In compounds, the constituents can be separated only by chemical or electrochemical reactions. This is about the difference of mixtures and compounds. Look at this here, all about the chapter. The first, matter. Matter is divided into three: solid, liquid or gas, and it divided into pure substances and mixtures. Pure substance again divided into elements and compounds, and mixtures again divided homogeneous and heterogeneous. In elements, the elements cannot be broken down to simpler substances. The examples are copper, oxygen, iron, hydrogen, mercury, etc. In compounds, it have fixed composition, can be broken down into elements by chemical or electrochemical reactions. Examples: water, methane, sugar, salt, etc. In the case of mixtures, that is homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous uniform composition and heterogeneous non-uniform composition. Examples for homogeneous mixtures: sugar in water, salt in water, water in alcohol, etc. In the case of heterogeneous, sand and salt, sugar and salt, water in oil, etc. This is all about this chapter.
The pure substances again divided into elements and compounds. We detailedly studied about the elements and compounds. So, you should read the textbook, write the notes and study well. Thank you.